just wrong. So, morning everyone once again. A little market breakdown, a live one, and we're looking at the peers. We're looking at the peers we've decided to use for this challenge. That's CHF GBPUSD, EURUSD, and XAUUSD. Today's Thursday, the 7th of August 2025, and I want to look at what the market sentiment and what the economic calendar is saying for today. So I love to go to my FX book and I love to look at what the news is saying for each pair that I'm interested in. So we're trading CHF We're also trading the CHF. Sorry, we're also trading the euro dollar and the GBP and the gold. And most pairs are being paired against the dollar. Just one paired against JPY, that's the Japanese yen. And we can see what I'm looking out for is high impact news that could actually shift, that could favor one side. Then I go to the market sentiment to know who is in control at the moment. So we can see CHF, we can see JPY presently. It's a low impact news. The green shows low impact. We have medium impact news and we have high impact news. I'm sure some of us already know these things, but I just want to go through all of it again. Then from what I can see here, there's no high impact news that could really affect the market except for JPY unemployment rates, and we can see the percentage. Let me see. This happened about 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna try and refresh and see if we can have something. I hope you're seeing my screen. Okay, we are. All right, so this is let's look for the CHF. No high impact, I know high impact as regards to what we're trading. And this is Euro 7. It have wasn't expected news, and it wasn't expected news means that there's going to be bearish sentiment on the euro dollar. There's going to be bearish sentiment, and if this happens, it's going to go with my technical analysis, but I'm expecting the market to give me an entry, and that's what we've been waiting for a while now. Okay, the British pounds, a better than expected result. It has, this is a medium news. It's not really a high impact news. Then we have CHF by 8, that's in 53 minutes. There's a high impact news. So maybe this might give us what we're looking for. I would love if CHF could go bullish so we can have a very good entry for a sell. I would want CHF to be positive. Then we have by 9:30, another high impact news on the British pounds. Then by the when we're approaching the New York section, we'll be having more high impact news by 12 on the British pounds. Then the US dollar, this is gonna also affect the gold. This is also gonna affect the euro dollar and the British pounds. We're gonna be expecting high impact news, jobless claims, and this is one of the news that really affects the market. Then we have the initial jobless claims as for August, the 2nd of August, the 4-week average, between the jobless claims. And we're going to have this, and I'm expecting this to actually take our technicals to where we expect it to be. And after that, we don't have any high impact news. And that's why I have two sections, 30 minutes today, this morning, and now approaching the New York section, we'll be having another section, another live section to break down the market. But let's check the market sentiment before we get into the technicals. This is the market segment for the peers. We can see the euro dollar is presently short. All right, so we have 75% of people are short on euro dollar, and we have just 25 people long. Same on the British pounds. We have about 63 to 37. Then let's see the CHF JPY. Let's see if we can get CHF JPY on this news. CHF JPY. I don't think we can get CHF JPY, but I'd love to know what's up with the JPY peers. Here's the CHF. Shows people are long. That means people are buying the dollar against CHF. So CHF is weak, and people are buying British pounds against. Now, since we can't find CHF, JPY, we can use the other pairs that are paired with CHF. So you get to know if CHF is actually strong or if it's weak. So people are buying the British. People are long on GBP CHF, and people are also long on they're long on this one too. So the 8% are long, 91% long. So we need to know the reason why this is happening. Now let's go back to the technicals so we can read properly. So this is the British pound, and this is my speculation for the week. A day trader slash intraday trader. So it takes me longer time to actually have my trade execution because I like to buy a lot of pips at a time. I don't like scalping the markets. Scalping, it gives a lot of risk. And this is the market is already in this weekly zone and I anticipated a buy. So the market has given us a shift, the first shift. If we go to a lower time frame for the British pounds, it has given us a shift in structure. So basic market structure is just you know, lower high. Remember the market is bearish. So this is a lower low, lower high. Then you have like a lower low, they have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and now you have a lower low. So now the market broke structure to the downside. Now the market for the NFP news, came really aggressive and broke out of this level and gave us a higher high. So what should we be anticipating now is the market should range because it's a new month. Then I anticipate the market should go lower to give us a higher low and push even higher. So that's what I'm speculating, and that's what I've been patiently waiting. But what the market has done now, as I said yesterday, it broke out of this range yesterday. It broke out of this range. I don't know if anyone watched the video I posted. Broke out of this range and, took out all the liquidity here. And, it's just been stuck here. This is yesterday. Asian section took it really high. So what I'm anticipating, I want to believe this is a fake out, a market range it mentioned. Sometimes it loves to do a fake out and fakes out one direction and comes back down. I want to believe this because I want to believe this is it needs momentum to go higher. It needs momentum to go higher. And that's why it has to break out, take out all the lows that has been created because a lot of people lost money in this range in market, Maybe scalpers could have made money from buying low and high, or some people from being very lucky. But the truth is that no one really makes money from a ranging market. And my edge doesn't work in a ranging market, and I won't want to trade in a ranging market. So a lot of people made money from this, buying maybe high, selling higher, buying lower, just scalping the markets for little pips. But I love to take all of it, and I want to see the market. The view I have is these are lows and orders have been placed here. This is liquidity. The market did even retest this 30-minute zone, which is valid for, a buy. Then I believe that the market is accumulating orders so it can come down with the high impact news to fill up these levels, then what give us an entry. And it's going to give us a better entry, at say 40 pips, but we'll get a refined entry. So you should be entering at maybe 25 pips and having more risk to reward. The first take profit will be at this level, that's a 1 to 8. Then the second one will be at this space when market comes back to retest this trend line that was broken on a higher time frame. And we can see this on the daily. So this is what I'm expecting because there are a lot of liquidity above that the market should take. So we should be expecting a 1 to 18 weeks to reward, but we'll be entering about 3 times on this trade. We take a first take profit, then when it does a pullback, we get in for another one. And that's why I've been patiently waiting for the market to align and give us what we are speculating. Hopefully it does that. If it doesn't, then we just we restructure and find out what's wrong and how to get on the next best trade. Then let's check in for Euro USD. Euro USD and the British pounds are similar. I said something yesterday in the video I dropped. I said this is a trend line. The market broke out of it, and I love to look at this from the 4-hour. It's close to the daily. We're clearly bullish overall, and clearly we have liquidity on this side. The monthly candle, like I said, it tends to range. Monthly candle tends to range, then gives you a pullback. If it's going to be bullish, then you rally up, then what? It ranges, it closes. That's the anatomy of a candlestick. And I love to follow that. So going to the weekly, you can clearly see that the weekly was bullish, but it liquidated, could not break below this. So it's a valid uptrend. This is an order block, a range, that broke structure. This is a candle that broke structure, gave us a high, a pullback, a liquidation of this low, a valid. This is one of the best. Anyone who have gotten here is actually in a safe zone to allow this ride to wherever. Then the candle now is printing, but it has not given us an entry. On the daily time frame, the market, broke out with solid candle and retested this zone. This has been a good zone to buy from, but I didn't see my edge play out. But I saw a different strategy play out, and I did not want us to get in on that strategy. This could be seen as an inverted head and shoulder pattern. This was what formed yesterday, and it has done a breakout. Maybe we could wait for a retest, retest, and we can get in on this side. We can get in on this side, but there'll be a lot of risks attached to it. If it's something we're willing to take, if I see that the conflicts are in place, then maybe we'll take it right on this other block, depending on what candle I see, what kind of reaction I see. Okay, that's one strategy. That's a one way to go about it. And if I was to go about it with support and resistance, a lot of people bought on this level yesterday. So when they reset the trend line, it broke out and tested it. A lot of people got in on this H1 other block. This is something I also kept here, trying to see if the market will break this high. And that's what I said. If the market breaks the high, we're going to go for a retest and we're going to buy. But there are a lot of imbalance and inefficient areas in this market. This is the best demand level this market can ever have. Because what I'm seeing now is the market has created equal lows, this low and this low. They're relatively equal. And if anything that has equal lows is likely to be seen as liquidity. And the market would like to take it out, this one and this one. So this is a very, very risky trade for anyone who would want to buy the retest, seeing it as a chart pattern trade or any chart pattern trader here, you understand? So it's a very risky one, but if every confluence aligned, maybe about 4 to 5 confluence aligned, we would likely take this trade and hopefully she give us this because we do not know. The market will keep running, being bullish. Maybe dollar keep losing its value against the euro. So that's what I'm anticipating. But the best place to get this trade is if a news can push it down to this level and give us a very, very good entry. So that's why I'm still being patient because there's no entry. There's no entry yet. Scalpers are making really good money right now, but there's no entry for a day trader and a swing and intraday trader. I don't say I'm a swing trader, but I swing sometimes. Then I want to look out for CHFJPY. I love this pair because it's giving me everything I want presently. We took last week Friday, we took a sell from here to this level and we sold. I knew it was going to come down, but I didn't want to take the risk because I was going to hold over the week. yeah, over the weekend to actually see this execute. So, but we got good profit from this. Now we're just being patient, waiting for the pullback, and this is just giving me clean entry. I love CHF JPY because it's been giving me the classic support and resistance with no distractions. Give me a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then lower high, then a market structure shift at this level. Understand now the market has been bearish. The only issue CHF JPY has is it tends to liquidate previous lower highs. It just comes up there, does a week, but doesn't break it. Then now we can see what a lower high, lower low. Market has been respecting structure. So if market should respect this, we have two solid supply levels, this and this. And what I'm anticipating and what I'm hoping for is that CHF just aligns the way it's always aligned. Then this equal highs here, orders are people sold from this level. So this will definitely be taken out. So a lot of people get the wrong, they get into the wrong trade because they see that there's a maybe resistant level here and they start to sell. But they don't look at it in form of liquidity because people had sold from here before, and there's a lot of inefficient areas. Market love to fill up inefficient areas. Like to make it efficient. Every demand must meet the supply. Every supply must meet the demand. So for me, I would see this as it, an inducement. The market will induce people. People get in. People have started selling from here as of yesterday. I saw someone, a very, very big Forex trader, he bought this CHF JPY yesterday. And they made good money. But in 15 minutes, the thing turned like it turned around and went the other way. Don't know why my network is not allowing this to play. Hey guys, I think my Wi-Fi has issues. Can you guys hear me? All right,
Yeah, I can
sorry,
hear
my
you.
network was unstable at some point. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I
So
can
I was
hear you.
saying, all right, thank you. So I said yesterday, I saw a big forex trader actually did take this setup, and he got money. When I saw him buying, I was wondering why he was buying because there was no structure. But what I noticed was he found this level the market rejected at and this level as support, and he bought. Before you know it, this candle liquidated 100%. It just liquidated, and maybe he had closed up his trade because he was scalping, and he made really decent money. I think about 100K plus in dollars. So it was decent money, but I love to look at the true trend of the markets. Follow the trend. The market has not given us entry to buy yet. We could have bought below here. This was where the market shifted and gave us solid candles. So whatever the market is doing now, it has left. And look at the liquidation now. Taking any other person that was holding that buy would had lost money. So I love to be patient and allow the trade to play out. It's selling because there's a supply level here, but the sell should not hold for long. You should see it buy, and that's why I'm not buying Euro now or GBP. Because once CHF JPY is buying, that other guy tends to sell. And once those guys are buying, this guy here, this CHF JPY would sell. So there's what we call peer correlation. That's something you need to be careful about. So we can't take two pairs, and you need to know the pairs you're trading and you need to avoid trading the two pairs that are maybe inversely correlated in the sense that if this one is buying, this one is selling, and you do both at the same time, if your analysis is wrong on one and you're doing the opposite on the other one, you lose on both trades. So it's always good to stick to one or just do something different like indices or commodities. That's why I have gold attached to what we're doing. Then what I'm waiting for is the market to just keep buying to this level. I just want the market to keep buying to this level. I don't know how long it will take. It could take a day, two, or even till next week. Then we should see some reaction here to sell. Then a fake out. I want to see a double top formed for people to think it's buying, it's selling. Then I want to see it go higher, giving me divergence. Then I will get in on this level to sell. And we're going to hold this trade up to, sorry, I said down to this level of support, where the market made hesitation the first time. And this should give us a very, very decent peak value. And I'm looking at, if you do some refinements, this is currently, let's say, up down to 25 pips. We should be having a 1 to 12 weeks to reward. A 1 to 12 weeks should be having a 1 to 12 weeks to reward or 1 to 13 weeks to reward. So this is what I'm expecting. This is what I've been working on so far. And I want to show you guys what it looks like when the news, the high impact news, when it plays out later today. And I just want you guys to be really, really patient because the idea of trading is it's more like an investment. And when the opportunity comes, when you see your edge play out, just take your edge. Don't do anything outside of your edge because it messes up with your psychology. For those of us who are traders here, when you see your edge, you take your edge. When you don't see your edge, you don't trade because a lot of people are making good money from their edge. It's their time. It's everyone has their edge in the market. Some people trade the ranging market, some people trade the trending market, some people can trade different strategies. You just have to be patient for yours to come. And I'm 100% confident with this CHF JPY trade. And once I see my entry, we're going to write this guy down. Like we're going to write it down. It's going to give us really good money, decent money. Some people hold for like a day or two, max 3 days, and we'll have something decent. So let's look at the gold. A lot of people love to trade gold. I also love to trade gold, and gold has been, my following. I love gold for one thing. It follows patterns. You see the flag patterns has been printing, printing. Gold broke out of this trend, retested, came down to this level of demand that was created on H4, and so can see this. It looks like it broke out, right? But if you go to the daily candle, it's like a liquidation. Sorry, the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, a liquidation of lows. It just liquidated this level. So gold is not something I would love to trade all the time because of the volatility. But I can see from this level of demand on the weekly, the gold has retested and it's going to break this high. Definitely going to break this high. So this is my swing low. This is a demand level that has been liquidated, and gold is going up. And if since gold is going up, you want to trade with the trend. You don't want to go against the trend. Now, I speculated last week that gold is going to range, and that's why I had this guy here before gold even got to this level. And you can see gold has been following that. I had it at this level. Gold has been following that. Yesterday, I was hoping gold would, break out with a solid candle above here, but it did not. It sold again. So anyone who has been buying and selling gold, maybe they're just scalpers. And if they kept holding for a longer time, they probably would have lost a lot of money because gold has been misbehaving. It's just going high, going low, and that's why it's called a range. It's always people always advise stay out of a range in market. This is the entire range for gold. So gold is not a good pair to want to buy or sell now. But if I was to trade gold presently, I wanted to come back to this level and give me a reaction, then I'll scalp it. But where I would love to hold gold is if I see gold on the daily time frame, gold, being solid above this trend line. If I see it's been solid with a solid candle breaking a high, if it breaks this high, let me just mark that level out. This is a high. If it breaks this high and retests with a solid candle and a candlestick rejection pattern, like let's say the morning star, or maybe a double candlestick pattern, I would want to buy gold to this level. And that's why I have my buys up just right here. So once I see the candle react, then I'll get in on gold. But it's not a good place to buy gold now. It's just ranging, it's taking people's money out. Maybe just a few people, like I said, scalpers, they see support and resistance and they take it just from this level. You buy low, you sell high. And I don't think I have the tolerance to buy low, sell high, and just wait for your trade. I prefer to allow the trade run, and just like an investment, it makes money for you while you get to do other things. And since most of us here are workers, we have our daily activities we have, and we get to do, and you don't have the time to be checking the market all of the time. So my speculation for gold is we have to allow this guy to break out, do a retest, and get in. Just like the euro dollar, we would be taking a risk on gold if we see a solid candle and a rejection pattern to buy. If you don't see that, we're just going to leave it till maybe it breaks out of this level and it gives us a cleaner level to sell, to a discount level. Then we can now buy from, sorry, sell at premium, then give us a level to what buy at discount. So this is what I have on all of these pairs. Let me just clean this up. All right, so this is what I have on all of these pairs, and look, hopefully we should be seeing really good trades very, very soon. Very, very soon. You just have to be really, really patient. And I hope no one is like on this challenge, don't touch your money, because one thing about trading is this, you do not know when the best trade will come. And maybe your money is out of your account then, and the best trade comes that actually flips the account to maybe 2x the amount. So you really want to like keep it there as an investment. You're not losing the money. The challenge is still on. Once you once we get a very good setup, I'm pretty sure with a 1 to 10, we can 2x the amount. We can 2x the amount and we can do scaling. Why is my network bad? All right, sorry. My network has a glitch. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it's the weather. And once we have a very good trade, we can 2x the amount. 100, 200, 300, and was what I'm working on presently, so we can have profit scaling. So once we're able to trade, and the trader has given us really good structures, maybe like it comes way back down, then breaks a high, that the high it came down from, then we'll wait for the next higher low, then we can now do profit scaling. We buy again at discount while allowing this to run at break even. We are risk free. We get to what reach the entire profit we're making on that current trade and to scale up to the next one. So we'll likely be getting to two setups. So I said two setup, two trades on the same pair, but risk-free. Now you're trading your equity, you're trading with the market money, you understand? Then like this now, this is likely there'll be some refinement. So if you're supposed to have like a 1 to maybe 1 to 10, 1 to 15, if you're having like a 1 to 15, 1 to 18 kind of trade. So I don't want this video to be too long because I want people on Instagram to be able to relate with what we're doing. For me, there's no trade. I could stay I could stay like a week or two and not see any trade and not be bothered. It's happened before. I've stayed a month and not traded before till the market aligns. Need the money. You need the market to work for you, not you working for the market. So please, guys, I want you guys to be patient. But if anyone has any setup they've been looking out for and they want me to review, I'm open for it. Just send it to my DM and you know, I get to work with that. I'll see you guys later. For those of us that'll be able to make it at 1, the New York's will be anticipating the New York section, the high impact news that'll be coming up. We'll see how we're gonna trade it. Hopefully CHF JPY. I already talked about CHF JPY. Okay, someone says CHF JPY. I already talked about CHF JPY. Let me see. No, we don't really have much time on this call. I don't want it to be too long. It's already 30 minutes. Let me just go back to CHF-JPY. Yeah, CHF-JPY. See, it's selling. I already told you why it's selling because there's a demand. I'm sorry, supply level that's on this H4, this supply level. I didn't mark it because it's insignificant right now. It doesn't really hold water. So it's just like an inducement. So this is why it's selling. you know. But I just see a lot of people, their stop losses are above here. It's gonna stop hunt everyone and take them out. So you just have like a bed or an eagle eye view on this thing, and just wait for the market to come to your zone. This is CHF This is what I'm looking at. I have to sell at the highest point when it's really, really expensive. And if you use other confluences like the RSI divergence, the one I just pulled up now, you can see that you can't be selling under the 50% level. The market is currently at 46%. So you want to sell when the market is maybe is way past 70%, and that's like the basic rule for RSI. So when it's at 70%, you want to buy at 30, you want to sell at 70, or sometimes the market rallies even up to 80. So we want to see the market go really high, then give us a divergence, like I speculated the other time. A divergence to enter, then also with the candlestick reaction and every other thing that has to do with the chieftain's edge, then we'll be able to get into this market. The idea is to get you guys the A plus setups. As a day trader, you can take about 5 trades or maybe like 3 quality trades a day, and maybe 1 loss, 2 wins, or 2 losses, 1 wins. But I don't want us to even incur those kind of losses. I just want us to have very good setup for the first half of this challenge. The first half is actually the first 1 to 100 to 500K. Then after 500K, it's risk free. You understand? We just keep scaling up because no one panics again because their capital, we've saved our capital. The idea is to protect the capital. So that's it. I actually want to stop talking now. So I'll see you guys later. If you guys have any questions for me, no while just send to my DM. I really do appreciate everyone for coming up. Yeah. It's very, very early and you guys are here. Much appreciation to I hope I can meet everybody. Uh you can see Stephanie. Someone with device. I don't know your name. Sorry. Adejoke, Ademola, Chidera, Classic, SA, iPhone, and I have Kiki, I have Maureen, and I have Zoom user. So I appreciate everyone for coming up. I really do appreciate you guys. So I'll see you guys later. Let's just keep the momentum going. Don't don't fret, don't be afraid. We're still in the challenge. We're still in the game. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for coming up. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.